You guys really took control of the game in the first 10 minutes of the second half. What was the message from the coaches at halftime, and what was the difference in the second half?
Just intensity on the ball. We got it into our press, and we were able to speed up the ball handler, which we weren't doing in the first half. So just main focus was just on defense because we knew we were going to be able to score. It was just be able to, like, we were getting the right shots. It was just they just weren't falling, so we knew they were going to fall in the second half.
Chance, Coach was not pleased with the turnovers after the Villanova exhibition. How much did he emphasize that, and why were you guys so much better with that tonight?
Yeah, we practiced. We watched film. We saw we didn't come to playoff two, come to stops, and he definitely emphasized that on practice. And so we just kept repping that, and then, it turned. We did good. I feel like we did better with our turnovers today. So definitely just a lot going over and over in practice.
Hey, Chance, about halfway through the second half, you hit a three from the wing, and you really got in your defender's face to sort of celebrate that. Talk to me about sort of that sequence from that three to the next three with some defensive stops as well, and sort of how it feels to just get out there and compete in JPJ.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I was doing, just trying to compete. Coach says don't try to celebrate when there's a live ball, so had to get right into the defender in order to do our press. So it was just a lot of fun just being able to play in front of my parents. They were out there, my aunts and my uncle, so it was just cool to play in front of everybody, a lot of hometown people here. So yeah, that was a cool experience.
Hey, Chance, as a fellow Charlottesville coach, I feel like I have the authority to ask you this. I mean, how did it feel to finally go out there and play for your hometown team? You mentioned you had your family in the stands and everything.
I mean, it was surreal. It was a surreal feeling. I mean, obviously we played Villanova as an exhibition, but it wasn't a real game. There wasn't, like, stakes on it. Like, it didn't go to our record. So it was definitely a surreal feeling, a lot of emotions, nervousness, excitement. Just wanted to be out there and play. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Chance, you played against Owen in high school. Any thoughts on his bucket today?
Nah, yeah, I was hyped for Owen when he got that bucket. I mean, he works hard every day in practice, so it's cool to see him be able to get his time to shine.
Yeah. How comfortable are you picking up the full court press and being at the top of that defense? And what's the key to being good at it?
I feel like I'm pretty comfortable with it. I've done that a lot during my high school career. Playing just with my AAU team, team throw, and then doing that a little bit with Damon at a stab. So I feel like that's always been part of my game. So I'm pretty relatively comfortable, and it just takes a lot of, like, you just have to want to do it. The coach says that a lot. You have to want to be pressed the whole game, and a lot of stamina as well.
Chance, the games that you came to watch here as a kid were played at rather different speed than was tonight. Do you feel that Virginia basketball has sort of a new identity in that way, and what's it like to be part of that changing?
Definitely. Definitely play a lot faster than what Coach Bennett did, but I feel like we still try to focus on defense as much as he does, but we able to get out and go, score a lot of points with a lot of great players that we already have. So just letting us play our game in the transition and shooting the shots that we're able to if they're open early in the shot clock. So, yeah, it's definitely a faster pace.
Any other questions for Chance? Okay, Chance, you're good to go?
Thank you.
All right, now we'll take questions for Tess. Right?
Yeah, Tess, Ryan was just saying that maybe you weren't the focal point of your former team's offense. Tonight you were. How comfortable are you, scoring a basketball, taking the ball down low and in the paint? And what did you think of your performance tonight?
I think overall it was pretty solid. Of course, there were some points that I can still work on. And this is just the first game, and hopefully I can do it every game again and help the team win.
You told me in the preseason that playing in Europe prepared you for physical basketball. 2 coaches in a row that you've played, Villanova and Ryder, now talked about how physical you were. Are you feeling an advantage down low on the block, being physical in games?
Yeah, for sure. I've been playing against much older and stronger guys overseas, so I think that helped me a lot today. But for sure, if I want to push myself to the next level, I have to keep doing this. So,
David, and then one in the back.
Tess, how accustomed are you used to, like, as soon as you scored on that one bucket in the first half, underneath, you're immediately pivoting and you're on the baseline challenging the inbounds pass as the point man on the press. Did you play that way in Europe, or is this something that you've had to
That's a good
adjust
question.
to?
Not really. I mean, it depends like which coach you play for, of course. But this is like the first time I have to press full court, and the coach showed him just drill it in. So I'm ready.
What has the speed and the pace been like in collegiate basketball compared to back in your hometown?
In Spain, it was more controlled. There were much more experienced and faster and slower guys. I mean, but here it's just the young energy that's different. Older guys are really young; they're just running up and down, and that is basically the biggest difference. There's a lot more energy. They're more fit, let's say. So yeah.
Yeah, Coach in the preseason talked all about you being kind of a bully out there, but you've also got this great footwork. How much of that was part of kind of your upbringing in the sport?
When I was younger, I always played at the 5 in Belgium. So I had a really good coach in Belgium, Christophe Beguet, that helped me. Yeah, he was a former player. Helped me bring in these post moves. My older brother helped me too. He was also always a 5 in Belgium. So I think it's just from young on that I had those skill underneath the basket.
David, and then
You and Johan are among about 20 European players who have come into just the ACC this season. Do you think that's going to become more prevalent as time goes on, that this will be a better option for some overseas talent?
I did a couple of NBA workouts last summer and the summer before, and they always said like, hey, if you go to college, we can compare you like with other guys who are going for a draft, you know. And I said, okay, let's do it. I want to show myself, improve myself, and I'm ready for the NBA, and that's my biggest dream, of course. So that's why I chose this path to, show myself.
Yeah, Tiz, you were really productive around the rim tonight, but also ran into quite a bit of foul trouble. So are you and Coach Odom kind of working on maintaining like more of a balance in the paint moving forward?
Yeah, I think a couple rules are, I mean, it's not an excuse, but a couple rules are different than in Europe. But of course, I did a couple of mistakes. I was maybe lazy on my feet. But that's also a thing I have to work on, just being solid in defense and be physical without fouling. That's our line where we always say.